Kenny Green, raw perspective, concrete and steel, keeping it good and raw, unity for the community, always. Hit them subscribes and let's rock out. You know, I did this is a follow-up video. I did a video in reference speaking about Dame Dash and his situation, owing his company being taken and why no one was helping him. And I was really thinking about his relationship with Jay-Z, because in the video I did, I spoke and I asked for comments to try to get enlightened and get some understanding. So I was like, well, you know, all these people he was around, and I think people did say that he was instrumental in negotiating to help them get more money. And I didn't understand why people didn't show up and try to help him. So I asked people to leave comments and explain and, you know, help me understand, right? And they did. You know, some people said he was just too difficult to work with, too much ego. He knows everything, and a lot of times not knowing nothing about what he's trying to do. Then the Jay-Z conversation was like, well, you know, these people weren't as cool as you thought they were, right? And I watched the video with Zip the Drip, right? Very entertaining, but really he was on point, you know, and he gave another perspective, right? Jay-Z and Dame, they met in their 20s. They weren't like bonded from youth, like, you know, 4 years old, 8 years old, teenagers. They weren't bonding. So they didn't come together, you know, from youth and bond like that. They came like street dudes, you know, getting some money and sharing an idea to take it to the next level, which they did. But along the way, I found out that Jay believes he was betrayed. You know what I mean? So what he did, he just shut the door and made the elevation move. And, you know, people feel like, yo, man, he left Dame out there. He didn't do this, he didn't do that. But Jay-Z is shrewd, and he might be a little about himself. Now, everybody do what they got to do, man, because sometimes you get that way based on what you've been through, right? And it just wasn't a lot of great comments, man, about Dame and how he did things. And like, you know, Zip the Drip broke it down, you know, very well. And these guys may have been broken up more than they knew each other. Like if they only had a 10-year run and they haven't really messed around in over 20, why would you even expect something? And not only that, every chance they say Dame get, he talks negative about Jay-Z. They put a mic in his face and he got to talk negative about Jay-Z. And Jay-Z is, I'm speaking about Jay-Z because that's what people were saying, because I guess their closeness to Rockefeller. But I know he was instrumental. But the comments that came in spoke about his attitude and the way he does things, you know, and the way he does not do things. And I guess it's there. So I just wanted to speak on the follow-up. I did get the answers. I understand better now why Dame may not be getting help. And for some people, they was like, well, you know, 5 million, that's a lot of money, $1 million. And it is. When I was saying, you know, 10, 15 million is not a lot of money, when you're comparing it to billionaire money, $100 million money, it's just different. And because really, when somebody has $1 billion, I believe that's like 1,000 million. Do you know what 1,000 million dollars is? Man, that's all I'm saying, man. So, you know, I just wanted to talk about the follow-up and that I got informed on new information, and I understand now. Concrete and steel.